What's up, guys? It's Jack
and AJ
from GrowJack Outdoors, and today it is the Thursday garden update, and I want to go ahead and apologize to you for not making a video last week because Dad and I left town for a few days to go to Tennessee. Actually, we went to Kevin Tate's paint education class to learn how to paint cars, so that was really cool. And I want to warn you guys before we get into the video that we do have some bad news on a few plants, so let's get started. Starting with our first plant, as you can see, they are getting so big, and throughout the past 2 weeks, we've had several days where it's really windy. It's still windy today, but one day it got really windy and I didn't have these stakes holding the plant down, and I think this plant got whipped around some, and it almost broke on that vine right there, on that main vine. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. You can see where it's peeled up. I think it'll end up healing. It's keeping the plant alive right now, but that's really unfortunate. That's one of the plants that has bad news. But anyways, this plant is really big. The big main vine runs out and it's starting to put side vines everywhere. Getting some blooms. I don't think we have any watermelon blooms yet, but she is doing good. She has a big side vine over here. But yeah.
Yes.
On to the next one. So here's our second plant, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys, we had some deer get into the pumpkin patch, and they ate some of like every plant, and this one's one of the ones that was affected pretty bad by it. So here's a plant, and you can see where some of the leaves had just been sheared off, like this one down here, and there was a leaf sticking up right here, and I think they like were yanking on it or something, and they broke the main vine off. And it's one of those cases where it's still connected a little bit, but it's not. And I'm not sure how that will heal up, but we're gonna try to let it keep growing. And you can see where they ate some more leaves right here. And that was really my fault, because you can see that orange gate at the bottom. It was not closed.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it, but I should have. And we had some deer get into the patch. So, on to the next plant. Alright, so this plant, it got eaten too. You can see that leaf, it was just sheared off, but you can see where they're pulling up on this. It was like halfway up my stakes, but that leaf got ate, and I don't think they broke any of my vines. Not that I'm seeing. So that is A-okay with me if they can just eat 2 leaves instead of breaking my whole plant.
Yeah.
So that plant looks good. There's a few male blooms right there, no watermelons. This is the fourth plant, and this plant is looking good actually. It's got big old leaves. Look at that leaf.
It didn't really get chewed up.
No?
I see.
So we have this main vine coming out here, and then we have a lot of side vines on this plant actually. And it's got some secondary side vines already shooting off. So, this plant only got 1 leaf eaten, and they didn't break my vines, it doesn't look like. So thank you for that. And then we have some male blooms down there. So here's this plant at the end. This plant is not very big at all, but of course the deers want to eat the small plants. They would want to eat our best plants, right?
Yeah.
So this one didn't get touched by the deer. It's starting to come along. It's been small all year, but hopefully it'll come around to it. This is our 6th watermelon, and this one is sad.
Yes.
This plant was doing really good, actually. And one of those days where the wind got really bad, I came up here and checked on it, and I walked over here, and the plant wasn't there. It wasn't in the ground where it was. What happened was, this brick wasn't here. The air got under this, lifted it up, and the plant was underneath of the black tarp, and it ended up breaking the vine in several different places, and this plant is kind of useless now. So we have 1 plant that has a broken main vine. No, 2 plant that has a broken main vine. And guess?
3.
And 3 plants that have a broken main vine.
Of course mine, because mine's big.
Yeah, so AJ's plant was one of the main plants that got eaten by the deer. he chowed down on AJ's plant, which is so sad. This leaf got eaten. A bunch of leaves throughout here got eaten, and then they decided to chew his main vine off, which is so sad. So if you guys don't know, the main vine is your main vine. Yeah, so it'll shoot out long, and then a bunch of side vines will come off of it. And to get the most nutrients to your watermelon, you want your watermelon to be on your main vine, so you would want that main vine to keep growing. But I still think we can maybe get a watermelon off one of these side vines if we can keep it alive and keep the deer out of here.
Yes.
Alright, is this our 8th plant? Yep, I think so. So this one I don't think got eaten by the deer, but this one is only throwing off side vines at the base, which is pretty weird. Hopefully it'll come around to it.
This one should.
It's just leaned over. So, got this big old main vine stretched out, probably 4 foot long.
Yeah.
Looks good. This is our last plant, and thankfully this didn't get eaten because this is one of our better plants. This plant is thriving. I need to sort out some of the side vines. It's got a lot of side vines throughout here, but look at these leaves. Almost bigger than my hand. That one definitely is bigger than my hand. It's got a pretty long main vine with a bunch of side vines. That's what we like, big plants.
Yeah.
So, it looks awesome. The one thing I'm not seeing on this plant is a lot of blooms. So I'm going to have to, I think I'll push the plant for a few more weeks, and then I'll give it some fertilizer to make it bloom so we can get some watermelons on. Alright, so it's time for the pumpkin, and makes me very sad. The pumpkin, we lost the pumpkin to the deer. So, as I said, this whole gate was swung open because we tilled a patch with the tractor and we had to pull it in. And I didn't think to shut it. So, the deer came in here, devoured my pumpkin plant. This pumpkin plant got so big throughout the past 2 weeks that you guys haven't seen it. I'm telling you, the leaves were twice the size of my hands, and the deer came in here and ate off the leaves and my main vine. Oh, it made me so sad. I almost wanted to cry, but I would have been fine if they would have just ate some of my leaves, but not my main vine. But the main vine is gone. Like, We're at the backyard garden, and we made a lot of progress. What do you got going, AJ?
So the peppers, as you can see, sprung up. Last time they were very small.
Yeah, the peppers are starting to get some new green leaves on top. That'll be good. And I see, is that a little pepper in there? You see that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
It might be.
That'll be good.
Okay, now.
Well, let's do the tomatoes before we tell them about the cucumbers. Okay?
Okay. So those 3 tomatoes, I picked one yesterday, and there's another one already.
Oh, yeah. So this tomato plant was down here the last time you guys saw it. And it's grown maybe 2 feet out of the container. And AJ's picked, how many tomatoes have you guys picked?
1.
Only 1? So I don't think that one's ready yet, but it will be ready in a few days. You can see it down there.
I picked one like that yesterday.
Yeah, well, we'll give it a little bit more because you see how dark they are on the container?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let it look like that. But good progress on the tomatoes. So here's our wicking tub full of cucumbers, and we actually figured out that these were 2 different varieties of cucumbers.
Yeah.
Because we picked 3 cucumbers in the past 2 weeks that we're going to show you here in a minute. But
look at that guy.
this is just getting all tangled up. We got a little cucumber down there. We got a cucumber over here.
Where?
I saw it somewhere over here. I know there is one.
It's going to be hard to find.
Oh, we got a little cucumber over here, if you can see that. A smooth one.
Yeah, I see him.
And AJ's cucumber vines are going into our tomato. Like, look at this. There's a cucumber vine up here.
What?
So, I wonder if you have any cucumbers hanging down over here.
Then,
So, and all of his vines are going behind the container back here. So you're going to have to watch and make sure you're not growing a mega cucumber back there. So we picked 2 cucumbers off of this, and one of them was the smooth variety, and one of them was the variety with the hard like spikes on them, like that one. So we'll show you those inside here in a minute.
And then we picked one off of the big end.
And then we picked the big one off of the hydroponic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Twist. There it is.
Cucumber, and
He's not doing
this
too
cucumber
good.
has just went downhill recently. I don't know if it's been too hot. It's been over 100 degrees every day this week. But these plants are almost just disintegrating. Like, it's just not doing very well. But AJ did pick a pretty big cucumber off of this.
It's still pushing
We
cucumbers.
still have cucumbers on there.
It's
Like,
still pushing
look
them.
at all those. How many is there now?
1.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Yep.
Yep, 7 cucumbers.
7 cucumbers
Now
on that
let's-
one little plant. Oh, 8. Oh, we counted that one. All right. Well, we're going to head inside, and we're going to get a cutting board and taste test these cucumbers that we picked. So here's the 2 cucumbers, and these both came out of the tub of cucumbers. And AJ actually picked one off the hydroponic cucumber that he already ate all of.
Yeah.
Time for a taste test. So I'm going to go ahead and slice a few slices of each and see which one we like better.
Yeah.
I'll cut a few slices of each.
Yeah, that looks much better than the one off the hydroponic.
Yeah.
We kind of let that one grow too long. Oh, there are the seeds. That was a weird cucumber.
Okay, let me cut a thinner slice. Okay. All right, so me and AJ have each a piece of the skinny or not skinny, but the smooth cucumber.
The banana cucumber.
Banana cucumber, AJ calls it. But all right, let's try it.
Better than the last one.
That's good.
I might have some of this for lunch.
Yeah, might have some of it with ranch. That's my favorite. So we did try the hydroponic cucumber, and I think we let it grow for too long because it was very dark, and if you didn't peel it, it was like almost chewy. The skin was so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it took me a while to eat one slice.
I'm going to try.
Hopefully this one's not like that. Let me cut a thinner slice.
No, I like.
You want the big old fat one?
Yeah, I like the.
All right, we have the bumpy one though. Hey!
Actually, I like the smooth one.
The smooth one is definitely better, but this is definitely better than the hydroponic cucumber. It's good. So I think if I want to eat this, I'm going to go peel it, and I think I can just eat the skin on this. But
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the hydroponic or not, because I think we just let it on there too long because it got really tough.
Because this one was in the back, so I couldn't really see it. And then whenever we picked this one, I saw half the skin, and I was like, Dad, that one's ready.
Yeah, I don't think we let this one go too long. I think we picked it right perfect.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully we can continue with the year without losing any more plants.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can recover from what we went through.
Yeah.
And hopefully AJ gets some more cucumbers, because that was good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm more of the fan of the banana one. It's just more smoother. It's just the skin's better.
Yeah. I think maybe the next one, I'm not going to promise you anything, but maybe the next one we can try to
Dill pickle.
pickle it and see if we can make a pickle.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go down there, ring the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next video.